Hi everyone, I've got another film review for you today. It is Antman and the Wasp, the next film in the massive, huge, illustrious Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's the 20th film we've had so far, and obviously a direct sequel to Ant-Man, which came out a few years ago. Obviously this doesn't actually follow on from Avengers Infinity War. This actually takes place just before, it's about 2 years after Civil War happens, which Ant-Man was a part of, and he was obviously caught. He's now been arrested, he's been in house arrest for the last 2 years, and he's had kind of no contact with Hank Pym and Hope Van Dyne and all those sort of characters. And that's where it takes place. It doesn't really reference Infinity War at all, it takes place just before that, so there's no sort of half the characters missing or any problems with that. So Ant-Man, it was an enjoyable film. I think it was kind of a nice film to have straight after Infinity War, considering how big and massive that film was, and it was destruction or half the destruction of the entire galaxy. This is a very sort of low-key film. It's not, the world's not going to end, it's not trying to save the planet, it's just a very small, pun intended, story to do with these characters. The basic plot is obviously once Scott Lang went into the quantum realm during the first Ant-Man, they believe he's come across Hank Pym's wife, so the original Wasp, and so basically trying to find a way to get back to the quantum realm to get her. And then there's other people that want that sort of technology to set it on for black market purposes and other things like that. I'm not going to go too much into the plot, so I don't want to spoil it. The film, again, it's an enjoyable film. Paul Rudd is great as Ant-Man still. He's sort of comedic timing and banter is always there. He's always quite funny. His chemistry with Evangeline Lilly's character, who's Hope Van Dyne, is the Wasp, is really good. Their back and forth is great. Michael Douglas is great in this as well. The special effects are really good when it's the sort of shrinking, the fight scenes when it's the shrinking down to the shrinking up again, punching, making things bigger, throwing a Pez dispenser at characters. There's a car chase point where the car shrinks down and opens up again. All of that's really good. It's really kind of inventive. Not as maybe as inventive as the first film where we had it was the fight between Yellow Jacket and that man, and they were like fighting on a Thomas the Train Deck set, and then obviously you have their point of view where the train's huge, there's the explosions, it has it from our point of view, which is the train just falls over. That's quite inventive. They didn't really get a lot of that in this one, but it's still, the action is enjoyable. I think the story's a bit sort of, the villain's a bit of a letdown in this one. I think overall they've gone back to their sort of tropes they've had in previous films. We've had obviously Thanos, which was a great villain, and obviously Loki's been a part of it as well. This is the sort of Marvel trope where the villain's just a bit sort of bland, and the motivations you get, but they're a bit sort of, and there's not a lot of development there. It really focuses on Ant-Man and the Wasp. So the villain's a bit poor. Again, there wasn't as much invention in the action as there was in the first one. I don't think the humour was as good. The Paul Rudd humour and him Evangeline humour is really good, but some of the other people, bar Michael Pena, who plays Luis, who does the sort of fast talking and it's kind of going through the flashback stuff, that stuff's quite funny. But look, some of the other humour is a bit sort of nerd. There's another sort of tech guy who's trying to steal the lab. He's a bit sort of bland, like, he's not much to his character, rather than he wants his stuff to sell in the black market to make money. So kind of seen it all before, but overall it is an enjoyable film. It's not great, obviously you can't compare it to Infinity War because it's a very different film. I do think it's probably not as good as the first Ant-Man. I think I prefer that a little bit more, but it was still enjoyable. I still recommend probably to go see it, but not to rush out. You can wait, even if you want to wait to this one on Blu-ray, I think you'll be fine. But it's still really enjoyable. Recommend seeing it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.